When I was 12 months old, I pronounced my first word, Mama. My mother made sure to keep track of my progress in a little notebook that she still keeps in a nightstand beside her bed. My first language was Russian. I was born in Ukraine. But the fact that I pronounced Mama as my first words cannot be solely attributed to one language or to me. No, it's a universal phenomenon. People around the world start with the word Mama, simply because it's the easiest for humans being to pronounce. When I was 4 years old, I went on my first international journey. It was 1999. My grandparents and my mom packed together all of our belongings in a few plastic bags, and we went on a 50-hour bus journey to immigrate to Germany. It must have been tough for my family to leave everything behind and move into the unknown. But for me, it was fun. I was surrounded by tons of kids. I was chatting to them and making new friends. So why was it so easy to communicate to them without having any language in common? Well, I had come with an advantage. Ever since I can think, I've been drawn to music. I remember bouncing underneath the table, making my father understand that I wanted him to play the vinyl with my favorite song. So you might wonder, what's the similarity between language and dance? Let's look at some components of language to get a better gist of it. We will start with the lexicon. Simple words or vocabulary. With, you, me. Words contain meaning, and words have a grammatical function. For example, the word you. You is a personal pronoun that we use to address to someone, either in a singular or plural form. But same goes for dance. Each word is a step. With, me, you. You get it, right? So now, if we want to convey more complex ideas, we need to put these words together. And we put them together according to certain rules that govern our language. Grammar. Syntax is one part of grammar. It shows us how sentences are structured. For the phrase, "Do you want to dance with me?" in the English language, we know that we need to start with the auxiliary word do, because it helps us form a closed question. But it's not only about writing and about reading language. It's also about speaking. Each language has its own rhythm, its own sounds. And even within one language, we have different varieties, like for example, within British English and American English. Well, same goes for dancing. When we put together words to form a syntax, we get steps and combinations. So, do you want to dance with me? This is, by the way, the salsa basic. Now we need to add some phonetics, so we can style our dance. Also within dances, there's different languages, as one can say. There's hip-hop, there's jazz, there's salsa. And within salsa, there's different varieties. So let's style our step. Salsa cubana is not only dance from Cuba, it actually carries a history and meaning. And it goes like this. So basically, do you want to dance with me? Gets a little more flow. But then there's a style of salsa called mambo, which comes from New York. And it's way more elegant. It also represents how the people there, maybe in the society, are. So it becomes a little bit a different step. So now that you know the components of language learning and of dancing, let me take you back to the part of my life where these two areas intertwined. In my teenage years, I started dancing ballroom dancing. My teachers were from Slavic countries, and so were their teaching methodologies. In each practice, I learned discipline, learning from mistakes, and teamwork. And it changed my mindset. Dancing actually showed me what it means to have a growth mindset. But it was not only that. It actually rewired my brain. Studies have shown that movement, and especially dance, contribute to better focus, working memory, and long-term memory. The same systems we need to learn a language and use a language. But it was way more than that. Also, dancing sparked a passion in me and gave me a purpose to learn those languages. I fell in love with Latin American cultures, dance, and music. So, it drove me to discover those, and this time I went on more journeys on a plane. I traveled to Mexico, Colombia, and Cuba. I learned salsa, I learned the Spanish language, and I used those to connect to natives and to other travelers. Do you want to dance with me? Was the phrase I used in each language I discovered. Est-ce que tu veux danser avec moi? Ah oui, great. ¿Voy a bailar conmigo? ¿Quieres bailar conmigo? The list goes on. So dancing wasn't just about the dance, it was about making new friends. Pragmatics is the discipline in linguistics that we use to study the language in our context. So dancing helped me connect on an individual level to make new friends, but also to understand new cultures and all the values and the history that they carry. So how did dance make me a polyglot? First of all, it gave me the right mindset and shaped my brain to be trained for language learning success. More importantly, it gave me purpose. Intrinsic motivation is one of the most important things to achieve anything we want in life. And last but not least, it helped me connect to wonderful people across cultures and beyond words. So, dancing is not just a metaphor or a method to learn a language. Dance is a language. And just like the word mama, it's a universal phenomenon that connects us all. Thank you.